Hello, welcome back. So I recently put up a video about the fashion things that I wouldn't do if I was to start my personal style journey from scratch, and I'm going to talk today about the things that I would do if I was to start from scratch. And I said in that previous video that I was hoping to have like 5 things to talk about because then it makes it a little bit catchier. I didn't, I think I only had about 3. But in today's video I do have 5 things that I want to discuss. So 5 things that I would do again if I was to start my personal style journey from scratch. So starting off with number 1, and if you are a regular to my channel you know that I would include this one, why wouldn't I? And this one is to get your colours done. This has been the most important part of my personal style journey, above knowing more about my likes, my dislikes, my body proportions, etc. Knowing the colours that suit me and the colours that don't suit me have been the most important thing. So I would definitely go and get my colours done again. I've had them done from 2 different systems, 2 different companies. I initially had them done from Curate Your Style, which I did online. I did speak about this in a previous video, so I will link that video. And I have also had them done as well from House of Colour, and I got the same result from both companies. I am a true autumn or an autumn leaf in the House of Colour system. And this has been so revolutionary because I can really see the difference now. When I used to wear colours in clothes or colours in makeup that didn't suit me, I would kind of look at selfies that I might have taken or pictures of myself and gone, something doesn't quite look right, but I don't really know what it is. But now I can look back and go, well, it's because you're wearing cool tone colours, and on somebody who has a warm complexion like myself, it's draining, it makes me look tired, it brings out redness in my skin. Whereas now, when I wear the right tones of makeup, when I have a hair colour in the right season, when I wear my right jewellery, right coloured clothes, it's harmonious. And I feel like even if I'm not wearing the right fit of clothes, if I'm wearing the right colours, it just makes me look more alive and more radiant. And this has been important not just in terms of the clothing part of my personal style, but like I say, the jewellery as well, nail colours, even though the one I'm wearing today is possibly a little bit cool toned, but it's because it's in my project pan and I'm trying to use it up. But also my makeup as well, and that's another thing. If I'm in a rush or if I'm feeling really lazy and I don't want to put any makeup on, just putting on a lipstick in my season just has, again, a transformative effect. So I can apply what I've learned from getting my colours done to all aspects of my personal style: hair, jewellery, clothes, makeup. The second thing that I would do, again, if I was starting from scratch, would be to learn more about my body. So my body architecture, my body shape. And I've done this from a couple of ways as well. Like with the colours, I've gone through House of Colour and I've gone through Curate Your Style. So having a style session through House of Colour was really important in taking into account my personality and my lifestyle, and through that I found my clothing personality label, I suppose. So I am a natural classic, and what that means is that I am quite minimal, quite kind of low on detailing, frills, bows, pizzazz in my outfit. Really like things to be very simple, clean cut, not a lot of detailing going on, but it's more elevated, it's sophisticated, but it's easy elegance. And then through Curate Your Style I found out more about my body shape. So I am a soft pear, so I'm in between a pear and an hourglass, but more towards the pear rather. And it gave me, the guide gave me lots of suggestions of specific outfits to enhance my body, to balance my body, or also just styles to avoid. So having all of that information has really helped me in terms of buying clothes. So I incorporate steps 1 and 2 when it comes to buying clothes now. So number 1, is it in my colour? And that's the first thing that I look at. So if I am browsing online, if I'm after, for example, a jumper, I can quickly browse through, and if I see any in black, any in grey, any in white, that is an immediate no. But if I come across one that's in a warm red, for example, then yes, that's in my colour season. And then I look at the style of it. If it's boxy, that's not going to suit me, but if it's a bit more tighter fitting, yes, that would suit me. So it needs to tick both boxes. And this has helped me be even that bit pickier about the clothing that I bring into my wardrobe as well. So if it's not in my season and it's not in a style that is either going to enhance or balance my body, then it has no place within my wardrobe. And again, like with the colours, knowing this information has made it clearer to look back at older pictures or videos of myself and see what hasn't been working. So there has been a trend recently of real oversized bits of clothing, so oversized blazers for example, which look really cool and laid back and a bit hip on some people, but on me it would just kind of hide my figure in a way. So the most important thing with dressing myself is accentuating my waist. Whether I'm going to balance my body or whether I'm going to enhance my body, I need that waist definition, and with something like an oversized blazer it's quite difficult to kind of get that. So looking back at older pictures when I haven't had that waist definition, for example, or when I've worn like boxier bits of clothing, I know now that those aren't the right styles for me. So I know a lot more about what works for my body and what doesn't work for my body. And I have that information from both House of Colour and Curate Your Style to kind of look back through and reinforce that. So the third thing that I would do again would be to get the basics in my wardrobe in neutral colours. And this is something that you would kind of hear in a lot of fashion type videos anyway, but basics differ from person to person and neutral colours differ from person to person. And I think I mentioned this in my 5 don'ts, well not 5, but in my don'ts video, the fashion things that I wouldn't do again. I said that I wouldn't buy anything white, black or grey. And that's because those are the colours that you see a lot in fashion videos or capsule videos of the 10 things you need in your wardrobe. You need a black blazer, you need black trousers. For some people, you don't need those. So those colours, for example, have no place in my wardrobe because they are cool toned. So the basics that I would get would be in my autumn neutrals. So like a dark olive, a dark brown, an oyster white, which is a white that has warmth within it, camel, tan, chestnut. So I would get these really rich earthy neutral colours, and I would get them in neutrals because I can then wear them with pops of colour in other parts of my wardrobe. And basics differ from person to person as well. So a blazer could be a blazer could be a basic for lots of people, but for lots of other people it has no place in their wardrobe. So for example, I really like the look of blazers, but I don't own any. So I can kind of get away without wearing them, even though I think if I was to have one, I would get a lot of use out of it. Something like smart trousers, like wide leg smart trousers, would be a basic for me, but for a lot of other people, you might not wear trousers, you might like live in dresses or live in skirts. So I would say work out what the basics are for you and get basics in your neutral colours for your season. So for me, basics would be the wide leg pleated trousers, and I have quite a few of those now in different colours. So I've got like a sagey green, which isn't a neutral colour, but I got a lot out of that in the spring. My neutral colours in those trousers are a dark brown pair that I got from Abercrombie. I've got a nice cream from Uniqlo. So I do have a few of those trousers that I wear a lot. I get a lot of use out of those. My trench coat is in a nice warm camel, a warm beige colour. I have a wool coat for the winter that again is in a camel colour. I've got a handbag that's again in a camel colour. Other neutrals would be shirts, and I've got a really nice warm striped one from Cezanne. In the autumn and winter, sometimes in the spring as well if it's really cold, I would wear long sleeved thin knits, and I've got quite a few of those again in my autumn colours. So these are basics in my collection. I can wear other pieces with them, other statement, more colourful pieces with those basics that I have, and those basics I get so much use out of, and because they're in more neutral colours, they're a really versatile piece. And I think as well, starting off with the basics, making sure you've got a good selection of basics in your neutral colours means that whilst you're waiting for more statement pieces or waiting for other pieces that are in more colourful shades, it means that you've got plenty of outfits to be wearing as well. You don't necessarily have gaps within your wardrobe whilst you're waiting to add in something that's arguably a little bit more fun. And the fourth thing that I would do would be to consume a lot of fashion content on social media again. So I watched a load of videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and there's a lot of information out there. A lot of it I'll be honest with you, I watched and it didn't resonate with me, but I have a few different creators now whose content I really like. So for example, somebody at the very start of my fashion journey that I really liked their content for was Josie London. I really liked how she delivered the information. It was really easy. I liked all the different suggestions that she had, albeit her personal style didn't resonate with me. I liked it, but it wasn't something that I would wear. It didn't matter because the content was important. But then I found other creators who I like their own personal style, and I would wear their personal style, so I would kind of look more at their LTK page rather than sort of watch their content in a way, if that makes sense. So I have different sort of content that I go to for different things. Some for looking at their outfits and getting inspiration from, some from looking at the actual content in their videos and taking away points. So for example, Audrey Coyne has some brilliant content. She's actually one that kind of encompasses both for me. I like her personal style and I feel like I have a kind of similar personal style to hers, but I really like her content as well. So that is something that I would recommend to people, and something that I would do again would be to watch a lot of content, as much content as you possibly can, to discover people who you really resonate with and whose content is just really easy to understand and put into practice. And then my fifth and final thing that I would do again would be to utilise Pinterest. And before my fashion journey, Pinterest was an app that I had on my phone, but I would dip in and out of it on a real infrequent basis. There would be months that I wouldn't use it, and then months, maybe weeks, that I would like check it every day. But since being on this personal style journey, Pinterest has been so incredibly useful. I have saved boards on things like my autumn winter outfits that I like, spring summer outfits that I like. Also, if there's bits of clothing that I'm not quite sure how to wear, I would just search for that in Pinterest. So I would say trench coat outfits or knee-high boot outfits, for example. And then once you start liking and saving pictures, Pinterest then shows you more and more like that. So it's a really good tool for generating ideas of outfits to wear, but also for collecting pictures that really embody your personal style. So if you find it difficult to really pinpoint what your personal style is, if you can't come up with some sort of label for it, just start looking at pictures on Pinterest, start saving them. And then once you've got that folder of saved pictures, go through them and try and find out what the common denominator is. Is it the colours? Is it the texture? Is it the fact that there's lots of miniskirts in it, or there's lots of dresses in it, for example? So it's such a useful tool, and it is now an app that I use on a daily basis. I'm not so much saving things at the moment. I wouldn't say, I don't feel like I kind of need to save any pictures at the moment, but I will kind of look through and see what pictures are sort of suggested. And actually, as we're going to be soon moving into autumn, I will look back through my autumn winter folder that I have saved on Pinterest and start to see if there's any outfits that I can make that are similar to that. And it's also really useful as well if I'm in a little bit of a style rut, I'm not really sure what outfits to kind of put together, or if I'm just repeating the same outfit and I want to try something different, I can look on Pinterest and find a picture that I like and go, well, I don't have a shirt in that colour, but I've got a shirt in a similar colour and I can wear it with these trousers in my wardrobe. So it's great for coming up with new outfits to wear. So it's a great way as well to wear clothes within your wardrobe that you might not have worn in a while. So those are the 5 fashion things that I would do again if I was to start my personal style journey from scratch. So please let me know what are the things that you would do again, what has been most helpful. Hopefully this video was interesting or useful. If you did find it so, please do give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe if you haven't as well. If you're a regular on my channel and you haven't yet subscribed, would love it if you would do so. Or if it's your first time here, hello. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon for my next one.